Welcome in, everyone. My clock is slow. Like, when it starts the ads, I've tried to get it to, start, right away, but I can't get it to do it. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it's, a minute later. Or do you mean, it was, 11:01 when I pressed live instead of 11? Welcome in, Alex, and congrats on first. We're doing the Orient Express this week. No, your IRL clock. So, it didn't press it at exactly 11. I don't know. I use I didn't change the time on the clock. It's whatever, the computer automatically sets to. And I mean, my phone says the same time too, and it does the same thing. Maybe I'm a little slow on the press the button, not so much that my clock is off. I think it said there are 22 bags or 23 bags in this set. Let me go back where I found it. Yep. There are 23 bags in this set. So it'll be this week, maybe next week, at least one day. I don't know. We'll see how fast. My mouse all the way out of the way. And I have digital directions up because I know this book is going to take up too much space on my desk. Oh, yeah, the cuckoo clock gets off easily because I don't think about the cuckoo clock. So sometimes Nicholas has to, if he forgets to pull the chains every night and he lets it go a little bit, I don't think about the cuckoo clock at all. So I don't adjust it. So it gets off time easily because I'm not actively checking the time, if that makes sense. So it can get off easily. He tries to have it set right, but yeah. Ooh, check out the size of this package with the book. I always open the package just because I'm curious. Plus, the stickers are inside if they're stickers. Ooh, I did new nails today. This is a different brand than I've been using, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. It doesn't... When I cured them, it didn't feel like they got as hard as the other ones. And they didn't feel as sticky when I was putting them on. So we'll see how it goes. Ooh, look at that behemoth of a book. I didn't see any stickers come out with it. So it has two things of stickers. These are kind of shiny, mirror type. And then these are the regular ones. They're like, Alex says you messed up, but you don't know how. So not a terrible lot of stickers. I mean, number 1 is technically 2 stickers, but it says there are 15 stickers. So again, not a huge amount of stickers. And 14 has got 8 of them, but they're all the same. Along with these have 2 and that one has 2. But again, still not a crazy amount of stickers. I think the most stickers I've ever done so far was on Gringotts. It had 45 stickers or something like that. It was a crazy amount of stickers. But I shall put the book back in the container and put that away. Oh, we found bag 1. And so far, 2 unnamed bags. So really, 25 bags so far. 7, 8. I wonder if this means that 7 has a bigger bag too, or if this is just 7. There's the last bag. like I said, this set is 2,540 pieces. And it has one less bag, like counted bag, because the set has 23 bags, than the 6,000 plus piece Hogwarts set. So they have to have way more pieces in the bag. I did not look at the stickers, I'll be honest. I think I was in there, but I was doing other things. So I was just kind of lurking when G8 traded in the other day. I think I went through like 5 people that day, and I was just kind of lurking about. Oh, another unnumbered bag, so we're up to 26. Yeah, I go back and forth on the tiny stickers. Like, sometimes they're better because there's less, like, to mess up. But then at the same time, there's less to hold on to. I'm not sure my arm is long enough to get in this box all the way. We're gonna have to tip the box. Because I had tiny arms. Yeah, how about no stickers? I feel you. I like sets that have like the printed blocks or just no stickers. Welcome in, first time. Is it Ohio? I'm sorry if I killed your name. I might just wind up just calling you E because I suck at pronouncing people's names. Ilo? Okay. Ilo. I have to say it like 10 times to myself to make sure I keep saying it right. I'm sorry if I get it wrong again. Yeah, Ilo. Yeah, so I was like, listen, I need people to like. So I spelled my kids' names uniquely as well, but more like an I instead of a Y, not not like Noel. Have you seen how the one lady decided to spell Noel? So Noel, like Christmas Noel, Noel, but she spelled it JKMNO, Noel. I no longer try to guess how people say their names. Just tell me. Like, I did it with Fantasy's name. I did a Y instead of an I in her name as a different spelling, and it's not even so much to make it unique. When I looked her name up, with an I, it was actually a boy's name, and with a Y, it was a unisex name. So we went with the unisex name. It's not even like to make it more creative or anything like that. Okay, so I think I found all the bags and got them in order. I'm just going to double check and then put them back in the box in an easier order to grab. Yeah. That, and I feel like different countries or nationalities or even religions sometimes spell the names different. And so then I look at it and I'm like, am I saying this completely wrong, or can I just not pronounce words anymore? Okay, sorry for all the bag noise. I'm glad I didn't go with anything creative. Joe would be able to spell his name if I had. Boy Wonder, when he was really little, would get upset that people wouldn't pronounce his name correctly. So he would spell it out every time he met somebody. He would say, "Hi, my name is," say his name, and then spell it out. And people would still say it wrong. And now he probably hit that kind of preteen stage, like 8, 9, and was like, he didn't do it anymore. He just didn't care. He's like, unless I'm going to see this person a while, like, see them more than just randomly, like, he doesn't bother. And even then, sometimes he just lets them say his name wrong. And then when they realize that that's not his name, they feel really bad that they didn't pay attention. I'm glad I got named after a TV series, which I didn't know if it's known in the US or known at all. Boy Wonder got his name from a very popular movie. And Fantasy, the name was used in a TV show, but that's not necessarily where I got it. Like, obviously those aren't their real names, but like their real names. His came from a very popular movie book series, because we went back and forth. I wanted to name him Noah from, like, the Nicholas Sparks movie, because I love that movie. And my husband said, we live in the South, people ask him where his ark is. So we didn't go with that name. And then he wanted to name him, what was it? Aiden, I think, or something like that. And we dropped Fantasy off at daycare one day, and there were like 8 of them on the sign-in sheet. And I was like, nope, way too popular. Yes, the very valuable part separator. To go with the at least 4 other ones on my desk, and I have a Tupperware container bursting at the seams with them in it. But I do like that it's the bluish, greenish one. Joe goes by his middle name. He only ever has to correct doctors. The last time he did it, he just about gave the doctor a heart attack thinking he had the wrong patient. Oh, that would be hilarious. And, like, hilarious for you guys, but the doctor, like, I can imagine the panic. Because, 1, if he said anything that violated the other person's, privacy, and 2, because, oh my god, I'm in the wrong room. I'm glad that the brands I buy don't have them anymore. So I buy sometimes, like, the off-brand Flago off Amazon, and they usually don't come with one. And then I buy from a company called Funhole, and they have their own, which is similar but bigger and designed just a little bit different than Lego. So we just kind of roll with it. I made sure my little trash can was empty. Yes, the last set I have wouldn't light up, but I think I did something wrong. Because it worked all up until I, like, connected the second level of the cabin. And, then it didn't. So I think I may have pinched something somewhere, or maybe, I don't know. I probably did something wrong, honestly. But, I mean, while I like that they light up, for me, that's not, like, the whole be-all, end-all. So I'm gonna start Stream Raiders real quick before I completely forget about it. Like, I forgot to open it. Haha. I think it depends on the size on Funhole, and maybe they have stopped. It's been 6 months-ish since I bought one of theirs, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they stopped putting a brick separator in it. I cannot talk today. Have I gotten any more? There's still only that one skin. No, Alex! Headaches, go away. Nobody likes you. Scrolly. Welcome in, Abduction. How are you doing? Let's see if we got any. Nope. Let's go in the dungeon. Slightly tired. The weather is not staying consistent where I am. So, my sinuses are not happy about it. Because it was like below 30 for like a week. And now today it's supposed to be like 60. And yesterday it was 40. Like it jumped like 20 degrees each day. And my whole sinus, like, things are trying to come back to life because it's warming up. And I don't like it. Things need to stay dead a little bit longer. Ooh, I got the Orient expense from Mold King last year, and I was blown away by the sheer size of it. Plus, it had a whole steam engine and remote control with it. This one does not have a remote control with it, but let's see. On the back, maybe it'll tell me what size it's supposed to be. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Nope, I don't see where it tells me, like the length and stuff. I just hope it doesn't turn into a migraine. I only just ate. Hopefully my intolerance to tomato pizza base has exploded to all tomatoes. I learned fairly recently that I am allergic to raw tomatoes. Like, I don't like tomatoes, so I generally don't get them on things. But I got a salad somewhere, and they had some just sprinkled on top. So I just kind of, like, pushed them off to the side. But I guess some of the tomato juice got on, like, the lettuce. But I was like, whatever. I just ate it, and I could taste it, and I was like, ew, yuck, I don't really like that. But then my lips started to, like, burn and tingle, and I was like, ooh, I think I'm allergic to tomatoes. Yeah, that was not fun. Ours is exactly the same way. Mid-20s at night. Yes. I'm in Arkansas, so maybe. But yeah, I need the weather to, like, pick a temperature because my sinuses are like, So not really neighbors, but the same kind of climate. I mean, generally here it doesn't get too cold. We did have like a freak weather, winter weather system come through where it was like mid to high 20s was like the high for the day. But then like yesterday it was like 45 and today it's supposed to be in the 60s and I'm like, listen, that is way too much temperature difference in like such a short time. My body is like, I don't know what to do with this. But yeah, it gets down cool in the evening and then it's like warm during the day, like 60s. We got snow, but we did too. What was it? Right at the beginning of January, I guess. The kids had off like a snow day Thursday and they were considering Thursday, Friday were snow days and they were even worried about Monday more because of like the ice, and we have a fair amount of like country back roads-ish stuff in our area, their school district. But yeah, then by like Sunday, it was like gone. It was crazy though. But yeah, it was only just a couple weeks ago. It was really, really weird. Okay, I usually do the aliens are bringing your weird weather. Let's see. I usually do when I have to use the digital directions, I do a screen share. Of course, it's going to be weird. So you guys can look at those first couple pages of the book where they talk about the build. So this is Meet the Designer. He's a French director and screenwriter, Thomas Lejeune. He came up with the set and it talks about, what led him to choosing this set. And then it goes on to talk, I guess this is still about him, but in different languages. And then it talks about the Industrial Revolution and how trains and railways became like major symbols. And I got really bad migraines when I have pizza sauce. Like the tiniest bit affects me. If it was just to eat a pizza with it, I would be out of commission. Ooh, that's horrible. You don't have to worry about Area 51 abduction. It's Area 52 and 50. 51's just to throw people off. Yeah, pizza must. Oh no. I honestly, some places put too much pizza sauce on it, and that's probably because I don't like tomatoes. But I usually wind up asking for like light sauce. And like if we make like homemade pizza, I do like really light sauce. Right? Yeah, the real ones in Nevada. Right? They definitely are not smiling upon Alex. I mean, pizza is still like a staple. Like, I love pizza, but I do generally ask for like light sauce. So it talks about the Industrial Revolution and trains and railways becoming a symbol of technology and progress and political power. The whole concept around trains. And then this is like pictures of like the insides of some early train cars. It says in 1876, the visionary Belgian engineer and entrepreneur George Nagelmakers founded the campaign International des West International Sleeping Car Company. Yeah, could you do like more like a white sauce? Have you ever had like they do what is it? It's almost like Alfredo pizza. It has like the white sauce instead of the red sauce. I like bacon on my pizza. Like not Canadian bacon, like actual bacon. Miss Casey's. I think we have a couple around here. So these are like the first yeah, it's just ham pretending to be bacon. Right? Just because it's still ham. It's just ham. So the gateway to adventure, the capital city of Ottoman Empire, had become a popular new destination and inspiration for European artists and writers as a getaway to the mystery and allure of the Far East. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, my phone says you're spam. Sorry about that, guys. It's like the pasta white sauce when you get like Alfredo. That's sorry, abduction. I don't turn my phone off during stream because I have a daughter in school, so if she needs to call me, I need to be able to answer, on the off chance something happens or whatever. I'm so sorry, abduction. I didn't think it was that loud. You don't think you have it as a meal? We do. It's like I guess you could really use any type of pasta noodle, but then it's like a white cream sauce, and I usually get it as like chicken Alfredo, or chicken and broccoli Alfredo. Like when I make it here at the house, I use the big penne noodles, and I use the white Alfredo sauce, and then I put slices of chicken and pieces of broccoli and like mix it all together. But they do make a pizza that's kind of like that. It has like the white sauce. It's okay. Gotta get more work done anyway. Not that I'm going to, but I need to. Luckily, I'm the boss, so I can still call into myself and say I'm sick. Or I'd be like, oh, you don't understand how sick I am, boss. But you're really boss. You don't believe yourself. You know better. Then it talks about the successful maiden voyage of the Orient Express in October 1883. And then it talks about like how the Orient Express changed through time. It may be one of those things that has a different name. It may be. It very well could be something that just has a different name there. Sometimes I can convince myself, though, I'm a pretty good BSer. That's when you know you're excellent, is when you can fool yourself. So it says, during a trip to the United States, George discovers modern dining cars and sleeping cars and sees their potential for refined travel. And then in 1883, of course, the maiden trip of the Orient Express. And in 1889, it now connects to Paris, to Constantinople via Budapest, Belgrade, and Sofia in 67 hours and 46 minutes. That's a long trip. And then in 1918, legend says that Armistice of 1918 was signed on board the Orient Express. In fact, it was signed in a car belonging to another of the company's trains. It just may be called something different. I lived in England for 3 years, and I find that a lot of things just have a different name. And so it doesn't click or make sense. Like, they are literally the same thing. They just call it something else. And then it says in 1919, the inauguration of the Simplon Orient Express train from London and Paris to Constantinople via Italy. And collaborative initiative between allies. The route reflects the new geopolitical situation in Europe after the First World War. Fish and chips for eons, I thought it was a weird combination. And those who eat Doritos and salmon. Right, but it's really just like cod or whitefish and french fries. And then, more and more about how it changed through the years. Welcome in, Kevin! And then this is the design team that refined that guy's original idea. And then this is like inspirational things that they stuck in. Ooh, Kevin got second. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that until I was in my late 30s when a relative of mine married an English person. Woohoo, Kevin! Oop, abduction got third. And so then they talk about, different reasons they put certain things in the set. And then we're done. We should go do our battle. Not done, but done with the show and tell portion of the book. It's just me. I'll put a curse on him. Why aren't you shooting him? There you go. We're gonna die. That's okay. That was quick, like one hit. I should have definitely picked something else. Now they're killing our dragons. Oh well. I'm never, like, obsessively worried about it. I just play because it's fun. Abduction! Of course it didn't pop up because I have this other thing up and I don't have it. But thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. What am I looking for? Maybe I'll do that one. It's not really a thing here. We have carbonara, which is similar but has egg in it. Yeah, I wasn't so much focusing on, like, it was more like the sauce, because I've seen that sauce on pizza before. And I was wondering if you could get something like that on the pizza for you, We were talking about Alfredo. So Alex cannot have tomato-based pizza sauce. And I was wondering, because here I've gotten like the Alfredo sauce on pizza before. And I was wondering if Alex could get something like that there. Then she could enjoy pizza a little bit more, maybe. As long as she liked Alfredo sauce. But we think maybe it's called something else there because she doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yes, Google or the Italians say we do make it wrong because we do lots of other crap to it. Because in theory, it should just be like cream essentially and a little bit of cheese. We do other weird things to it. Or later today. So I have one child who's allergic to all the milk, all the proteins in milk. So whey, casein, soy, resin, all of them. And I have another child and my husband who are just lactose intolerant. And it's more like they can't drink straight milk, and ice cream is an issue a little bit, but they can still eat cheese and like yogurt. So yeah, we do everything wrong. But the thing is, in America, we take stuff from other places and then change it and make it ours. Yes, because technically we weren't meant to drink cow's milk and like digest it properly. Yeah, we're not supposed to be able to. I really have an issue when I go somewhere and I get like the soft serve ice cream. Ooh, it tears me up. I cannot do soft serve ice cream places. Yeah, it's supposed to be just like, but we do other things. There's a whole lot of cheese involved because Americans love cheese. It's our first minifigure. I did not pay attention to how many minifigures are supposed to be in this set. Is it that you like to do fun facts? Because I like to do fun facts. Okay, I think there's not any. These are all smooth bricks. Oh, I don't have a filter. I don't have a filter. I was probably standing in line for the filter and went, that sounds horrible. And I went in the other line and got more boobs. Is my minifigure? Okay, she's supposed to be holding. Oh, I guess I could go down to the actual thing, not the page that just tells me what bag makes what. Fun fact on carrots. Didn't go down well with carrot yesterday. I like to be as surprised by what I say as you are because I didn't think about it. It just came out. Maybe this one? The one that you turn its wings and it flaps? Yes. And I have the big giant one on books. And I have the little hedgehog that came with the Privet Drive sign. I have almost all the Harry Potter sets. Not all of them, but almost all of them. I say almost because I didn't start really building until like the pandemic. So I don't really have the ones like too far before that one. But I have a lot of them. Some of them, like the ones that they have that are books that are like mini playsets. I have two from the first run, but I wasn't crazy about them, so I didn't get the other two, and then I didn't get any of the second run. Oh yeah. Oh, easily sunk that much into it. Yeah, I started in the pandemic, and the first set I built was the bookstore because I love books. And so I had to have it. And then the next one I built was Okay, so I took 8 of the Hogwarts sets and put them together, and then a tree fell on our house, so we had to move stuff. So I need to fix it. Damn you, Joe. Always touching. Okay, so she was supposed to have a letter and a pen in her hand, so we'll re-show her. She got her pen. She got her letter. It says, Lego World Journal reporter Pippin Reed. A journey through Europe aboard the famous Orient Express. She doesn't want to stand up on my desk. Oh, turns out I need one of these 3 unnumbered bags, which I will probably mix together to save myself the trouble. Yeah, I need to get the Great Hall. I think it's going to be my next big purchase, because I have the potions classrooms, the charms classroom, the dueling club, the boathouse, and the allery, and they're all supposed to connect onto that. You know what I want? I want the Azkaban prison in a Lego set. It would be ginormous, but I don't care. It'd be ginormous and expensive, but I want it. Again, just me. I shall give myself haste. I bought 2 of the pendant things. I believe I have Gryffindor, and I want to say Hufflepuff, but now I'm not positive. Well, that didn't work either. I want a 3D printer, but I would print all kinds of stupid shit. Like, just ridiculous stuff. I use Fuegos for some of my mocks. Buying Real Wicks for some of them gets far too expensive too quick. I can see that. And I think as long as they fit together, that's fine. I mean, really, use whatever you want. What does my Templar look like? Is it the Beast? It is. There we go. Wow, that's gotta be huge. When we lived in North Dakota, there was a like light and sound shop who once a year hosted this big Lego brick thing. Ooh, those would be fun. And like I said, once a year they would do like a huge, like almost like a brick fest type thing, and people would bring in like sets that they had made, and this guy made this huge like pirate ship. It was fantastic. And we asked about it. We're like, do you put the directions for it up anywhere or anything like that? And he's like, no, this was just for fun. He's like, I can tell you how many bricks are in it, but not like I don't have directions for it. Okay, it must be these 2 smaller ones. I wanted to mock the Erie, but they don't show enough of the other side to be able to do it right. All they show is the bloody gate and a vague shot of the front. The sky cells and a smaller portion of inside. That's true, because you have to have like a really good, like be able to get, if not see very well, be able to get like pictures of a clear of what it looks like. Okay, that looks right. We're building the like the rails that the train will sit on first. I have not mocked anything. I am not that creative. I have downloaded the program from Bricklink where you can mock things in, but I have not actually made any mocks. I have no idea where I'm going to put this train when it's done. It'll be a fun guess for all of us. We bought some like white cheap shelving from IKEA. Maybe I'll get crazy to put it up and I'll put this train on it. There has been a group of people who have mocked it, and there's a lot of cool ones, but there's no reference for them. Right. It's far better program for mocking if we ever decide to do it. Much more useful. Okay. Yeah, I downloaded the Bricklink one because I was on Bricklink looking at other stuff, and I was like, oh, they have a mock thing. I downloaded it, but I've honestly never even opened it. So all these pieces. Okay. 2 in. Oh, and then to make it look like it's let's hope moving this one goes better. Hey, Alex, we don't talk about that. That's not nice. What's better is it's in pieces again because the guy who, my husband's friend who came and helped us move shelves and stuff, because it was while I had broke my knee, grabbed it like a hoagie and didn't realize the lid just came off. And so then it fell again. So I have to put it back together for a third time. I am not emotionally prepared to deal with that, so it's been sitting on the other desk where I can ignore it. The Bricklink one is a decent program. I just think the studio is way friendlier. You can get to do 3D mapping, search for bricks is by easier, and have... Yes, I've done the mini Hogwarts, and I have the large Hogwarts over there in the box to do. I got it like right around like on Black Friday. I had saved up like $200 worth of points, so it was more in my budget. And then they had a ton of like free giveaways that weekend for Black Friday, so I got a ton of free, gift with purchase stuff. My floor did not warp. A tree fell on our roof, and we had to... Oh, you mean for the mini? No, it didn't. On the mini one, it didn't warp or anything, but a tree hit our house, and we had to clear everything out of the room so that they could come do like the painting and stuff. So we had to move all of our, like, of course, one of the rooms affected was where I streamed. Yeah, no, mine's completely flat. I haven't noticed any, like, warping to it. Yeah. The other 2 cars, again, are fine. It was just that same car, and I can't bring myself to build it for a third time. I need to, like, emotionally heal. So for, like, I don't know, 2 months, it's been sitting over there. Every time I see it, I'm, like, irritated. And I just don't know if I can do it again. Plus, I fear that if there are missing pieces, what the heck am I gonna do, right? I don't know if it's due to the table I built it on, or if the plates were already warped. A few of the other people had warping issues, but it doesn't seem to be a super common issue. Diagon Alley was the funnest build I've ever done. So the new Diagon Alley, the mini one, mini scale to match the mini scale Hogwarts, is on my list to get. I have not gotten it yet, but I've built the original Diagon Alley, and also they're coming out with that play scale. They have the Wizarding Wheezes, whatever, and then the Robe and Wand Shop were in a set together. I have those 3 pieces of, like, that play scale. I have Gringotts up there. It's up there, and Diagon Alley is coming out from it. I really liked it. The inside is really nice. To be honest, I buy a lot of a lot of Harry Potter stuff. So this is our thing so far, and we put like two, like the 1x2s, whatever you call them, and then the flat to make it look like train tracks. The knockoff just fits better, and the inside of it is insane. For less than $200, I think it's way better bang for your buck. That does sound nice. I see the hydrate crazy. You can send me the link and I'll look at that one. I'll never turn down another Harry Potter set. Even if I have 7 of the same thing, I don't care. I went to redeem the hydrate and the Twitch app sent me to Scotty. Scotty Rotten? Is he even on right now? It's kind of early in the day for him to be on. But that is funny. I was watching Carrot, what was it, like a week and a half ago? Oh, he literally just went live. And I'm sitting there, like, lurking, doing other stuff. And then I was like, this doesn't sound like Carrot anymore. And I look up, and it had taken me to set to build. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, did he raid out? And I totally missed it. He did not. It just took me to somebody else at some point. You can do either. You can just drop it in chat. I allow people to put links in my chat. So it says we have to do this twice. So basically the same thing. I am not against Fuego. I know some people have a real issue with it, but I have built several Fuego sets and they have turned out really nice. I haven't had like connecting issues with the bricks, you know, where they wouldn't snap together or things like that. And I think it doesn't matter. As long as the person building it is happy, that's all that matters. You know? Like, realistically, Legos are expensive. And if you can't afford name brand and all you can afford is Fuego, what does it matter? That's alright, I understand. Amazon links are crazy long, and you're like, what the hell are they smoking over there? Why is it so long? Okay. 1 done. Now we gotta do it again. Let me click it and so I don't lose it somewhere in chat, you know? Okay, it took me to the mini Diagon Alley. Is that the one you were meaning to show me? I just don't want to lose it, you know, in chat. So I'll just click it and then save it. You know, put a heart on it on Amazon and then go back and look at it later. Yeah. Amazon has the craziest, like, links. They're stupid long. And you're like, what is the point of that? And it used to be really easy to find the, like, share now. It would be, like, the price, add to your save list, or, like, share. And now they've, like, taken that and, like, hidden it somewhere. So you have to copy and paste that stupid long-ass link. Unless you have, like, a seller account, basically, where you can get, like, the short links to sell. And then it's, you know... But yeah, Amazon has some crazy long links. Okay, so pinchy pinchy. This already has one on there. Where do they want me to do that? So yes, that's right. Oh, it is. It's just barely visible out the other end. At first, I couldn't see this little blue tag in the picture, but it's just barely visible. Now more of these. Sorry, it's getting too long to fit in frame. And then more of these. I'll show you on the other end. I know it's out of frame, but I would have to send this train track way up the thing for you to see. So we're only going to show you on one end. But really, it's you're not missing out. Okay. I don't know why I was trying to look on that side. My trash can's on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and 18 of these. It's probably just this whole bag. Is this 18? Probably not. Let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12. 14, 16, 18. Okay. We have all our, and they're like, let's see if I turn my, they have like a ridge in the middle. My guess is this is what's gonna sit against the like the train car wheels are gonna sit on this. Okay, oh, it does say bag 2. I was like, I don't see any more pieces. Well, shit, now I can't find it again. I'll dig around for it, see if I can't find it later. But anyway, it looks like the one in the mini set, it flows perfectly with the old Diagon LSA. Well, I understand how that goes. If you don't, it's a little like social media. Sometimes if you don't like heart something or save something to your list on Amazon, you're never going to find it again. I do that. I'm like, no, it'll be no problem. I can find it again and show somebody, and then I never find the item on Amazon again. It's never to be seen again. Okay, we're gonna have ads in about a minute. They will go for 3 minutes, and you know they're annoying, but we survive. They help support the platform and the channel, and they get rid of pre-rolls if I do 3 minutes. So, I mean, we should all be thankful for that. You know, just a little bit of Just a little bit. If you have Turbo, of course you don't get ads because that's the whole point of Turbo. And if you are subscribed, you don't get ads. That is not a ploy. It is just stating a fact. I wake up every day and choose violence. Listen, my goal is for that when I put my feet on the floor, the devil goes, "Oh shit, she's awake." You know, I saw the cutest little bat just drawing the other, like last week. It had a little bat holding a cup of coffee, and the coffee cup said Plan A, and then at the bat's feet it had a knife, like a big kitchen knife, and it said Plan B, and it said, "Don't make me regret choosing Plan A." And I need that on a shirt because that's true. I normally don't sort like this, but since we're just kind of like doing a lot of the same pieces over and over, I'm just trying to make it a smidgen easier on myself. But I don't generally sort like this. I usually just dump it all out and hope for the best. Sometimes I dump it into buckets, sometimes just on the table, but either way, it's just kind of a hope for the best situation. Let's quick do the battle. Ooh, it's me and Glitter Pants Dragon Butts. I love that name. Glitter Pants Dragon Butt. Maybe we'll win this time. Oh, I don't get that, damn. I are a subscriber. Yes, that's right. You subscribed. Thank you so much. So now you get emotes and no ads. Yay! We won! We won! You totally expected the ad to come up and then you're like, wait, where is it? Oops, never mind. I was all here with my mouse over the little speaker ready to mute those damn things, but I didn't get the chance for that satisfaction. I mean, you could always opt to watch the ads somehow. I don't know. Tanks, archers, warriors, templars. Penguin tank. Okay. Give me 1 second to finish setting up this battle, just in case anybody else does want to play. And I will... That's not it either. But now you're gonna find... Oh, yeah. It's on my list, but who's got that much money? I don't have that much money. Not for, like, 2,000 pieces. Yeah, that's one of the really old ones. I didn't realize they were doing Harry Potter for that long. But there are a few, like, really old sets. And they make me sad that they cost so much. Why did they put... Oh, they're probably facing the other direction. I was like, why did they put just a few of those in that? $646 is not a steal. The one I clicked on was Diagon Alley 10217, and it says it's 2,025 bricks. $10,217 is the set number, not the amount of bricks. Yeah, $10,217 is the set number, not the amount of bricks. It's 2,025 pieces. Still on my list. I mean, it's still on my list too, but it is not 10,000 pieces. You're right. It's not bad for a 12-year-old set that's probably been retired for 10 plus years. It is not a bad price. It's just not a price I can afford. So again, it wants us to do 2 of these. It really isn't. Some of those sets, as like the day after they retire, or the day they retire, basically, it shoots up like crazy amount of money. Hubby has the retired Marisk train, the blue train, and we paid like $400 for that. I have a load of retired sets for. I mean, they're better than like gold and crap at this point. They have a crazy resale price. Ooh, that's nice. I check Target, but I don't really shop at Walmart. Yeah. Oh, I put those on. I figured they wanted the big part in the middle, but they did not. They wanted it on the end. So I put those on. Yeah, because they don't want to be stuck with it after it retires. One night, my wife and I went to Target and Walmart. Got lucky. Both places spent more than $6,000 that night. But think about it. We bought 12 grand worth. Yeah. I mean, you Legos are an investment and they are expensive. They are definitely not something everybody can afford, like all the time on a regular basis. But they do have a crazy resale. I'm not saying all of them have a crazy resale, but definitely some of them have a far better resale price than a lot of things. Okay, we must be building the 2 very end pieces because finally it's looking like an end. Do they? Is it because, like, I guess because nobody really thinks about the poly bags. Oh, really? I didn't realize the poly bags had such a short shelf life. You know where else is good to look? Barnes and Nobles. The bookstore. They often have Lego sets that have retired other places and they are there. Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize the poly bags were so like short shelf life and popular like that after they go. I don't know. I guess I just figured because they were, I don't want to say cheap like it's a bad thing, but cheap that they were and readily available that people would just go buy them because what they're like $5, $10. Yeah, too many figures in the thing that makes them really cheap because even like the ones that just have the mystery minifigure, they're $5 each. I mean, sometimes you can find the boxes on sale on Amazon. It has what, like, instead of being $5 a piece in there, because it has like 6 packs, you figure 20 or they're like $20 for the 6 pack instead of 30 for the 6 pack on occasion. Ah, I don't know. I have a bunch of the Harry Potter mini figure bags, like the poly bags, but I never think about it. Maybe I'll have to pay attention from now on. I'm just gonna give a taste. Grant McCulloch and Glory Locks. The only one with Cho in it. I'm trying to think, do I have one with Cho in it? I don't remember. Oh, I have this one. It's like right behind me too. I mean, I make that sound like everything's right behind me, but it generally is. Yes, I know I have that one because I remember building it and I was like, look, it's a mini Quidditch set. I do have it somewhere. That's the key word, somewhere. Yeah, I built it. It's opened in. I don't really save any of them. I just build them. But I have thought about that when I've seen ones go on sale, like a really good sale. Even if I have it, I have thought about like, I wonder if that one would be like an investment one, you know? 3 extra and 30 coin extra. Oh, this is yours? I have I have 3 of the dried flower centerpieces because I made the wreath with it, and my cat has slowly taken it apart. And I have 2 Expectro Patronums because I wanted to build both but not take it apart. So I have 2 of those. I have the battle. I have the room of requirement. I have both rooms of requirement because there used to be an old smaller set. I have the house elf. I have that one. I don't have the Slytherin banner or the Ravenclaw one. Yeah. We have that Quidditch practice one. I will star that and look at them all later. Let's go rogue. I didn't realize there were 2 modulars when I started it, so I had 3 sets from the original, which I have stolen modules from and installed them into my second system. Yeah, there are tons of ways to put them together, and I think that was like their original concept, was that they put out all these tiny sets and people could connect them in whatever way they wanted. I really think that was kind of the premise, because a lot of people couldn't afford and still can't afford the main Hogwarts set because it is expensive. It's like almost $500. Like the greenhouse that think was well done, so I added it to my system. Parts of the clock tower and astronomy, right? And like I was saying, I think that was their premise, that a lot of people like it, but just can't afford to spend that much money on one set. So if they come out with a ton of these smaller modules, people can connect them however they wish. And so that's what, there's so many different ways to connect them. I had to buy the forms from eBay, spent like $80 on them. I try to talk about when sets are going to retire, like definitely towards the end of the year. Like the whole month of November and December, I would get on and I'd be like, okay, don't forget, these sets are retiring. If you want them, now is the time to get them because they won't be here soon. And then they're going to be too expensive to buy. We all know that. Too expensive. I had to have it for one. I knew that it was gonna have every other module for it and would kick myself. Yes, I have the greenhouse. I have the astronomy tower. I have, like I said, almost all of them. There are ones here and there that I don't have, but for the most part, I have most of them, or they haven't retired, so like they're on my list to get. So, Grand Admiral Quack was unbuilding Hogwarts Castle, and while he was unbuilding, he was using this Lazy Susan to like turn it as needed, and I was like, I think I'm gonna need that now before I build it. And I set those one too far to the outside, so now I gotta take them off because I wasn't paying attention. Where did you snap off to? Dang it. It's a good thing you're just a little black square. You're probably on here somewhere and I just can't see you. And this is why I don't have an unbuild, because I wind up having to unbuild enough all by myself. I got pretty lucky on the cards, found 13 of them between all of the 20th anniversary sets, and only had to spend about $5 on 3. I didn't have tons of duplicates. Okay, so I have the original Groot, you know, that came with the cassette tape like 2 or 3 years ago. And then I have 2 Venom Groots. One half Venom Groot, one full Venom Groot. Then I have the Dancing Teen Groot and the Groot Brickhead. And then I got Rocket because he has a baby Groot, and you can't have Groot without Rocket. I may have a small obsession with Groot. I love Groot. So I will say the full Venom version is a little hard to do because they only have the directions like one way. I have some rebuilding to do too from like moving and stuff. Technically, we moved like 18 months ago and everything was all set up, but when we had the tree incident, I had to like move stuff around, so some like little pieces fell off. Don't say such things. Oh my god, that's not a dream, that's a nightmare. Like, my heart is pounding, and it hadn't even happened to me. There was just talk of it happening. Ooh, that's scary. That would be like my worst nightmare, is something hitting one of my shelves and all that stuff falling. Ooh, I don't even want to think about that. Right? Like, that is some scary wake your ass up, jump out of bed stuff. That is bad. No, sir. That is not okay. This one did not say build 2, so I'm going to be mad if they make me build a second. Yeah, that's not a dream. That's a nightmare. Right? You're like, I can't close my eyes. I don't want to see it again. Yeah, that is not nice. I don't even want to think about having to to rebuild something like that. Oh, no, sir. I can imagine, yeah. I took 8 sets and put them together, and that thing was hella long, but also very, like, unstable. Oh, I just give us haste. The castle part was okay, but it had one part that kind of leaned out and then like made like a small bridge kind of a deal. And that part was like super unstable. Like you just breathed on it wrong and it was like and fell apart. Like cats when they melt. Okay, let's see who I still have. Let's see. A tank, archer, warrior, templar. I think I'll do archer for this one against the frogs. And now I gotta go lay down. Been editing a video in DaVinci for the past 18 damn hours. That is a long freaking time. My brain is fried. Gotta be back in the studio a little over 6 hours to finish it. Then go to coding a website for a client. Lots to this week. Well, yes, get some rest. I can only imagine. Your brain is like mush at this point. There's no thoughts happening in there. Go get some rest. And thank you for the sub, and thank you for hanging out. I hope to see you again. And I meant to give you a follow back because, oh, I already follow you. Never mind. That's right. I remember popping in your stream now that I'm like, oh, I gotta follow you. Have fun. Get some rest. Oh, I have to work on Fantasy's dress this week because the dress she bought for the military ball needs a little bit of altering. Listen, when I play WoW, I'd have to put this on 18 and over because the foul words that come out of my mouth when I play WoW, like nobody needs to hear that. Plus, I get addicted. Nope, not this one. This one. Then all I want to do is play WoW. Hey. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of power. Yeah, it's like, son of a... Stop hitting me! Yeah, there are lots of foul words that happen when I play WoW. I would have to put this on 18 and over with like a swear word warning because that is all that would be happening. Oh, I play the regular. I don't do PvP because, frankly, I don't like being attacked. But yeah, there is lots of cursing and yelling involved. This train track is like super long. So it told me to make 2 of the ends, and then I attached. It did not say 2 of that though. I think that's where we stopped. I do a little PvE, but only when leveling, farming, or doing old content for collection purposes and archives. I'm a completionist, but I don't eat. Well, I mean, that was one of the things about WoW. It doesn't really have an end game. You just kind of keep going. Yeah, I get what you're saying though. There is like a bit of like repetition to the game. I always play as a gnome. I love playing as a gnome warlock. But man, I play that game and time has no meaning anymore. That's all I'm playing. Like, sleep? What sleep? I don't need to eat. What? No, she can walk home from school. I don't need to go get her. Yeah, it's bad. I can't play for a little bit. Yeah, I like doing the... Frankly, I like the crafting side of WoW, which is probably weird, but I like to just go and make things. It doesn't matter what it is. I like leveling up that kind of secondary. So I haven't played in quite some time, and I did try to get back into my account, and I got stuck in this loop. It was like, we'll send you a code to your phone. Put the code in. Now we sent you a code to your email to make sure it really is you. And then I put both those codes in, and it was like, you need to log in. And then we went round and round. So I have not played in probably a year, maybe a little longer. And I went back to playing the vanilla WoW with the actual more difficulty to it. But now I'm stuck, like I said, in this weird plan. I don't know. Because like I said, time has no meaning when I play WoW. Like, I will lose, like, whole weeks, months, whatever, when I play. Carrot had talked about getting back into it, and he's like, then we can play together. And I was like, oh, listen, there's going to be adult content if we play WoW. I would, but I need to, like, really, like, set limits. I find myself, like, addicted to that game. I honestly, like I said, I like more the crafting side. I will do the quests, but at like only if they coincide with whatever crafting I'm doing. But I need to get back into my account on Blizzard. I can't get it to allow me to log in. I just get stuck in this loop. Like this login loop. I've been playing on and off for about 17 years. Yeah, because our daughter just turned 16 and I was playing yeah. Way back when. She just turned 16 and I was playing before she was born. So yeah, probably about like 17 years. It's hard to think. So I beta tested for the Worgen release. I got to play that expansion before it came out. Yeah, I mean, I started way back, but I got to beta test for the Worgen release. I was one of the people they chose to play before it came out. And that was pretty cool. Because, so, it was kind of weird. The, like, week leading up to me being chosen... The week like leading up to me getting chosen to play the Worgen release, there was this whole concept of like people kept getting contacted by random people in the game going, hey, you've been chosen, and then like getting their game stolen essentially because it was a scam. And I was like, they're not gonna. Millennium, thank you so much. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. 33 people. Now you're gonna make me nervous. We were just talking about WoW, World of Warcraft. Welcome in, Underground Housewife. How you been doing? You getting all settled? Runs to find the cookies. I don't have cookies. Well, I guess I kind of have cookies today. They're not really cookies, but they're the milk or mint cookie milk chocolate things. Listen, there are lots of books to choose from, Grand Admiral Quack, in this house. We were talking about WoW. Yes, go to bed, Abduction. You need all the sleepies. I don't. Well, I have a blender. I don't know about it. I make milkshakes in my blender. Listen, the other day I was like, I hope nobody chooses talk about books because I don't know what the last book I read that I can talk about because I have been reading like back-to-back arcs. So the books haven't come out yet. So I was like, oh, what can I talk about? I don't remember the last one. Yes, take care, Abduction. Have a good sleep. Get all the rest. Okay, so I'm building the Orient Express and I can't like here's the end of the train track and the other end is here. So you can't really see the train track in one shot. The secret happiness? I guess as long as you found some happiness, Cooperman. Okay. I clippy-clippied all the track together. Now I need to put these pieces on. Because they'll be like, you know, what the train wheels rest against. Let's hope I do this correctly and I don't have to go back and take them off. Because I've done that before. It wasn't fun. But yes, we're working on the Orient Express today. I got it! We took a 3-hour road trip to the only Lego store in Arkansas. And this is what I got there. Was the Orient Express. I was looking for other stuff, but it wasn't too long after Christmas. It was like that week between Christmas and New Year's. So the store was really picked over. So this was on my list. It's just I was looking for a different set that was on my list too, but they didn't have it. But it's not like I went, oh, I'll settle for this. No, it was on my list too. It's just not the one I was hoping to find there. I was looking, because I try to, at this point, buy like the oldest thing on my list and go forward. And I still haven't gotten the modular museum. So I was looking for that, but they didn't have it. But like I said, it was that weekend between Christmas and New Year's. So they were pretty picked over, you know, from Christmas and whatnot. And then, you know, so I wasn't upset by any means. It's just I was trying to go back and I like looking over my wish list on Lego. That was like the oldest thing that, you know, wasn't retired that I was going to be able to find in a store that was there. So it was between this and the Viking Village. So we had to look up like when they came, or not the Viking Village, the medieval town square or whatever it is. Because I have the Viking Village. But so we had to look up like which one came out when and see. Blood time, yes. But I wanted to get all these pressed on and on there. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this train. But we'll work with it. We bought some kind of, I say cheap and that makes it sound like it's bad, like defective or whatever, but you know, we got it from IKEA, so some stuff is just cheap because that's IKEA. But we got some white shelves from IKEA, and I think we may have to put that up on the wall, like above a window, and put this on there. Maybe that'll be this weekend. Crazy, put this shelf up. Carefully load this train onto said shelf. I think it was like, I don't know, it was like $5 a shelf. Sounds awful. Only because you're the one doing it. Listen, we both know I would get up there and do it myself. I would get out the level and whatever, but the problem is I would need like the big outdoor 6-foot ladder to get up there, because no 3-step ladder is gonna get me anywhere. I'm too short for that. I would have to bring in the outside ladder, you know, the big one you used to get on the roof or whatever, to reach the ceiling or above the window and put anything up. Because when you're less than 5 feet tall, your normal 3-step kitchen ladder is not going to get you anywhere. So we built one minifigure already. She was someone, Pippa or whatever, a journalist who wrote about her journey through Europe on the Orient Express. Ooh, we're building our first train car. Says I only need 2 of these red plates. But I don't know where I'm going to put this track, so give me a moment to reorganize. Let's try just moving this up. That works. We'll just move it up. So yes, Cooperman, I don't have cookies today, but last time I went shopping, time before, I don't know, it was right after Christmas and they still had all the Christmassy type stuff on sale, and I got peppermint bark Ghirardelli chips to make cookies, so maybe I'll make those. You're bag 4, not bag 3. Where did bag 3 run away to? Oh, there it was. I had the baking urge the other day, and I almost made them, and then I got distracted by a video game, so. Dude, if I came to, like, Brickworld or something, that would be my thing. I would bring cookies. And I would share cookies with you guys. Just bring a giant Tupperware container full of cookies. I did new nails this morning. These are a different brand than I've been using. And they didn't feel like they got as hard as the other kind I've been using. And they didn't feel as sticky when I was putting them on. So we shall see how long they really last. But I did new ones today. Now we're doing... The journey began as Garrity... Oh, I don't know. He's just a train passenger. So we're departing from Paris. And this guy is just supposed to be like somebody waiting for the train. Listen, we've been asked so many times about coming to Brickworld, and I looked it up. We could feasibly afford to come to Brickworld, but I worry about bringing the children with. Because I don't even, like, say their names, and they're never on camera with me. So I worry about bringing the tiny people. I mean, I looked it up. Feasibly, we could afford to go. But I worry about bringing... Yeah, like, I mean, they're both teenagers. So it's not like I worry because they're too young. But I have not, like, they've never been on stream with me. And I think the only person who has met them is Steel because she came to our house. Like, she came and spent a couple days and watched the eclipse in April. So that is my only hang-up, is bringing them. And you guys have not seen me in mom mode. I don't think anybody wants to see that. But that's my only worry, is like bringing them to it. Like I said, they're both old enough, and they don't like stray from me. Like, even as old as they are in public places, I am like always worried about kidnapping, which may or may not be a weird, like, illogical fear, but yeah. We had looked, like, I think Quack or someone asked if we were going, so I looked it up. I looked up hotels near there and the price of, like, entry, and feasibly we could afford to go. I don't really know other people who have children, like, besides you, housewife, and whether they take them or not. You know how that goes. I mean, I suppose whatever name tag they wear, it would just be like whatever we call them on stream. It wouldn't be their real names. But yeah, we had thought about it. I mean, like I said, we could go. They're 14 and 16. They're older. They're teenagers. Well, 14, 16, and I always have to think about the older one. 14, 16, and 22, but my 22-year-old would not be coming with me. He lives on his own. Near his dad. But yeah. So we had definitely looked at the cost and figured we could afford it, but I don't know if we're going to. But if we are, we need to basically decide now and get on it. So I guess that'll be a decision for this week. They would have fun if they went. My kids are 14 and 16 now, but they came with us the first time we went in 2022. Oh, I have no doubt they would have fun. They both like Lego. My 14-year-old is kind of going through what I like to fondly recall or call his emo phase. He doesn't like people. He just kind of wants to sit in front of the computer and play video games all day, which I guess is about par for most 14-year-olds. But so, you know, anything that requires him to leave the computer for an extended amount of time is equivalent to torture. He hates going anywhere. Like, even to the, like, store, I'm like, if you come with, you could potentially get something. And he's like, no, pass, I'll stay here. Okay. His sister goes with because she wants something. She'll find something in the store to ask for. But he's like, no, I'd rather just miss out. I'm like, we might get food while we're out. And he's like, nah, that's okay, I'll stay home. Like, he does not care. It is not, Kevin. You can fully survive without the computer. But like I said, it's about par for any 14-year-old child. I think especially for a 14-year-old boy. You mean I have to leave the computer? Why do you hate me? That's all right, Kevin. You're an adult and you can do whatever you want as long as your wife says it's okay. I pretty much let them have free run of the hotel convention center when I was there, but that year we did just go up for and then spent Saturday in Chicago and then drove home that night. Like, we go places and do things. I mean, I drag him away from the computer or whatever, and then he has fun while he's there. It's just that whole like talking about and leaving that is the issue, you know. Why do we always have to go places? They're no fun. I never get to do anything. As long as your wife says it's okay. Listen, I know those rules. Yeah, the ticket is always as long as your wife says it's okay. I don't know. Like I said, it'll be definitely something we'll decide on this week if we're going to go or not. We're currently dealing with our insurance, and our insurance is being very good, and it's not their fault at all, but not this past weekend, but the weekend before, we went out with Fantasy to get her dressed because she got invited to the military ball by a boy at school. And we have this intersection here. It's a dumb intersection. There's 2 lanes that go straight, but the one on the outside, like, very quickly you have to merge into the left lane once you get through the light. And this guy almost hit us, like clipped the front of our car going through the light. So we honked at him, like, hey, watch out. And then at another light, we got back over into another right lane, passed like 2 cars going through the light, got back into the left lane so we could merge onto the highway. Well, apparently he didn't like that and got a little road ragey, got into the dirt on next to the on-ramp, past those same 2 cars, and clipped the front of our car and then sped off on the highway. So my front headlight, like right in front of my tire on the passenger side, is all scraped up, and he smashed like the headlight area, so my headlight is like hanging down inside the car, and he like messed it up. He did like $4,000 worth of damage. We had it assessed, and now we're waiting because the insurance information the cop gave us isn't right. Like, they said it doesn't exist, basically. So we're waiting to get the actual police report so we can see what is written on there. And then our insurance is going to, like, they said, wait until we get that, or we can go ahead, but they may not be able to like, we may in the end up still having to pay the deductible because we claim through our insurance, depending on how his insurance is. So we're waiting to get the police report so we can figure out how to proceed, hoping that it has better insurance information in it. But yes, we were this guy went like full road rage, like sped off on the highway, was driving in the dirt shoulder of the highway to get around 18-wheelers, and was just being crazy. We only were able to catch up to him and get his license plate number because the traffic was so crazy on the highway. It was bad. And we found out later that he wound up getting arrested for something else. It didn't say what, but. So we are dealing with that too. So that may play into whether we decide to go or not. Okay, some of these should have writing on them. Here we go. Yeah, it was like, hello, it's me again, insurance. I know we just got done with you because of the tree falling on our house, but we've come to make another claim. Oh, maybe not that brick. It's got writing on it. We want ones without writing. You have writing. No writing, no writing, no writing, no writing. You have writing. You have no writing. Okay, let's quick do our battle. So right now I drive my car like as little as possible because like technically it could be considered undrivable because you can't see the turn signal in the front and things like that. Yeah, like it was so crazy. Like, what are you upset about? Like, we honked because he almost hit us the first time. And then, like, I guess he didn't like that we honked at him. And we're pretty sure he had, like, a warrant out of some kind because Crazy overheard the cop talking about, like, well, I forget what the system's called, but where they list, like, warrants and stuff like that. So they were trying to get us out of there pretty fast so that they could then arrest him, which is why I think they just, when the cop wrote down the info for us for his insurance, the other guy's insurance, I think they were just wrote down the wrong number for us because they were trying to get us out of there fast. Probably, like, you hit me, now you have to fix my car kind of scam. But this guy was just straight up road rage. Like, he was like, when he saw us get behind him and get his license plate, so he pulled over and he got out of the car and he was like being very aggressive, like walking back towards our car, then back towards his, then back towards ours, then back towards his, like yelling things. I couldn't tell what he was saying, but we were still on the phone with 911 and we're like, he is very aggressive. You need to send somebody quickly. Who knows what he's gonna do? And then it turned out, like, when they took the registration, that it wasn't even his name on the registration. So he was potentially driving somebody else's car. Which, I mean, if you think about it, if the insurance has, you know, they have the VIN number from the registration, the insurance will will use that VIN number to find whoever has insurance on that car. And in the end, that person could be responsible for it, even if they weren't driving, because it was their car. And they let that other person drive. So, but yeah, I mean, only Fantasy was in the car with us, and nobody got hurt or anything. But the reason nobody was hurt, or it wasn't worse, is because Crazy saw him at the corner of his eye at the last minute and, like, jerked the car to the left. So he only clipped us with, like, his bumper to our fender. But had he not saw him, he would have totally hit full on to the passenger side door where I was sitting. So, I mean, I'm glad that it wasn't worse. And I also totally expected him to have no insurance. Like, at all. I was like, telling Crazy, I was like, he's not going to have insurance. We're going to be screwed. But, I mean, I think really it was just a matter of the police trying to get us out of there so that they could arrest him, and that the cops just wrote down the wrong number underneath, like, his name and the type of insurance, like the company. And then I think they just wrote down the wrong number for, like, that part. So I'm hoping that we get it all sorted out once we have the police report, because then it'll have it written, you know, down there. And if not, the insurance said that we can just go ahead and file with them. They'll pay to get the car fixed, and then they'll go after whoever has insurance, like, that's connected to that VIN number. So it's a little bit of a wait and see, and hopefully it won't be like too hard to fix. Well, I did the right one. Thought I didn't. But yeah, it was really like a crazy, weird situation. Because I was like, well, we're getting on the highway. We're fine. And then, whoof, he just like came out of nowhere. Okay, it says it wants this one, then 2 of these. And like, we already have like our insurance, because we had originally filed with them. Like kind of a, because I've never been in a 2-car crash before where like you had to worry about the other person's insurance. So at first I thought you just like told your insurance their insurance information, and then your insurance contacted their insurance. I know that sounds really weird and long and drawn out, but that's what I thought happened. But apparently, no. You're supposed to contact their insurance, and I didn't know that. So then we were trying to contact their insurance, and that's when we found out that the number didn't match the name of the company. So we're thinking, like I said, that it was just a matter of the police writing down the wrong number. So we're waiting to get the report so that we can contact their insurance. And if not, then we'll just have to pay out of pocket for the, like, deductible, and hope that our insurance can find their insurance. And then we can not have to pay the deductible or get reimbursed the deductible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and these 2. Sorry, this car is really long. Let's see if I move it up just a little bit and change the angle. There we go. We'll just play with the camera a little bit. We'll make it work. I just had 4. Where did the other one go? Oh, here. It says State Farm. Like I said, I think he just wrote something down. So it was there today, because I looked yesterday and it wasn't there again, or yet. So we can call State Farm now and be like, hey. Because they told us Allstate, but obviously that was wrong, because Allstate said that like that type of number, letter configuration, and amount of whatever is not their system. But we will get it taken care of either way. Okay. So we had just 3 extra pieces. That guy's like Kane, and then normal extra pieces. Number 4 is like a buddy bag. But yeah. So hopefully the process, will be smooth. Our insurance has been great though. Like, they've called us, they talked it over with us, explained things, etc., etc. Said, don't hesitate to call back. We will help you in any and all ways that we can. Okay, so this is where we're at for the train. It is long. I would say this close to a foot, if not a foot. Let's see. Oh, this says like 14 and a half inches, so close to a foot, a little over a foot. So the track itself is longer than my little fabric. Oh no, it got stuck. The track piece is about 45 inches long, roughly. Streamorators. We're gonna have ads soon as well. Nope, I'm gonna give us haste. While this is happening, I'm gonna quick take off my sweatshirt. In the morning, this room where we stream from and whatnot is a little chilly because it's like an add-on to the house. So I turn my space heater on and, help the room heat up. But then by about now, I start getting a little warm and then I have to take my sweatshirt off. Or turn the space heater down, or a combination of them. Let's see. We are in ads. Welcome in, Rooster. I hope you're having a good day. We are working on the Orient Express this week. I say this week because it'll probably be at least today and Thursday stream. Who knows? It may go into next week. Just depends. There are 23 bags in the set, like 23 numbered bags, and then there were like 3 that were unnumbered. It's a 10 right now. Yeah, next is a plus pack. I did not want to do that. I meant to do that. I was like, why is it off? I forgot to turn on that camera. Okay, so we are on bag 4. Bags 1 and 2 were pretty much all building like this track that it's gonna sit on, and then bag 3 was this. We're, messing with increments of the camera to make sure that I'm in frame good for you guys. We need this piece, this piece. But yes, if we decide to come to Brick World, 1, I will have to finally actually get one of those shirts made that I designed for like 4th Wall. I made sweatshirts / t-shirts that were kind of on the theme of lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! I put like bricks and books and crafts. Oh my! But I think I just put bricks, books, and crafts, and I don't think I put like the commas or the oh my, but that was like the kind of the premise was like that. But I don't know if I should go back and add like the commas and the and frankly I can't remember what I did now like completely, because I designed it and put it in there, but then I never made it like available to shop. But if we do wind up coming to Brick's World, I will actually have to I guess. Maybe he admitted to it. One of these little... Oh, there it is. Blue bricks has a dot on the front. But if we decide to come to Brick World, I will actually have to put those out. Like, get a sample and t-shirt / sweatshirt made to wear to Brick World. And I'll bring cookies, a giant container, and everybody we meet can have one cookie until they run out. So you'll have to find us quickly. Okay, it says RL with this over it. I mean, ideally, eventually, I'd like to go to Brick World, and like I said, that my real hang up was like to bring the kids or not to bring them, because honestly, I do worry about like random people meeting them, and I guess that's kind of like always been my thing. Like, I don't use their name in public. I say, you know, Minions or Thing 1 and Thing 2. And I don't allow the school to use their picture on the website or on Facebook. Which I know is a little, like, in this day and age, it's a little weird, but I do worry about, you know, things. Yeah. I don't want to stay connected. Like I said, that will be a decision we definitely make this week for sure. And then, you know, we'll go from there. But how many of you plan on going to Brick World? I know a lot of people talked about it last year, and I saw pics from like Kaz and stuff like that. I do book trips. I go to book signings, and those are always fun. So I can't imagine a Lego one being like too terribly different in concept. Or like in how fun it is. You'll be there, Medusa. Ooh, fun. Okay, let's quick do our battle. I mean, I would love to get to meet a lot of you in person. I'll probably come back and get sick then, but you know, that happens every time I go to a book signing too, so. Because my immune system is like, people, we're sick. But I'm so used to it that I still go places. I don't let it be the end. Let's get a different one because this guy is crazy. I'll get you and hope that helps. And part of it considered like that to me, I still feel so fairly new to this community that I'm like, yes, no. hear it click. I didn't hear the clicky click. I guess it worked. I don't know. It also kind of feels like one of those deals where, like, the more established people go, and then not so much. Like, if you're a little person, maybe like little in the community, that maybe you don't go. But maybe also that's just me thinking it's that way, not that you guys have like made it seem that way. Something has got my neighbor's chickens making all kinds of noise. There it is. Let's see. So this set didn't have too many stickers. I think it said like 15. Well, never mind. Just trinkle right out the other side. So we put those two on, and then there. Ooh, our first sticker. Speak about stickers, and they shall be summoned. Says, the dining carriage is decorated with beautiful wooden paneling of exotic flowers. And I guess it is. So 7 goes to the outside, and 8 goes to the inside. So it's basically the same sticker, just angled slightly different, like the design is kind of opposite. Okay. Sticker 8. And they just go right there on the end. Oh, then another sticker, sticker number 4. He was driving a suspended license. Oh yeah, that's gonna be unpleasant for him. Yeah, so yesterday and today, like before stream, I was trying to get caught up on my reviews because I have been seriously slacking. I've just been going from one book to the next for like the last month and a half and not like writing any reviews like I normally do in between. So for like the last, yesterday and today, that's what I've been attempting to do on like Goodreads and Amazon and another site called BookBub. Getting all caught up. Because frankly, I feel like for like the last year-ish, and I know some of what it is because I'm probably somewhere on the spectrum of like ADD, ADHD, that kind of a deal. Um, and when I start a new thing, then I get like fully immersed in that and I want to forget everything else. So I started streaming, became fairly okay, comfortable doing it, and then like that's all I wanted to do or like focus on that. And so my reading took like a back seat. And not so much the reading, but like the blog posting part of it took a back seat. So I really like slacked on that aspect. And so now I'm like, no, you have to be an adult and do all the things you need to do, not just, what you want to be stuck on at the moment or hyperfixate on at the moment. So I've been like getting better at checking my emails more often and posting things more often. So, like, back to kind of what I did before. So things are kind of leveling out. So I spent most of yesterday like getting organized in that aspect and getting my reviews going again, things like that. Get him, dragon, get him! A wild punkaboo is loose in chat. Whoop whoop! Rooster saved us. That and the dragon. Okay. Busters, the Sioux Warlocks. Let's see. Tanks again. That should get rid of that quest, which will probably just then tell me to place 4 tanks, but okay, I'm gonna set this aside because this thing has us like build 2. So let me gather all the pieces and then we can build 2. $8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. I need to work on fantasy stress this week. I need to put a blind stitch because it's got a slit in it. Not the slit doesn't go terribly high, but per the ROTC and their guidelines, the slit can not go past her knee. So I need to close the slit some so it doesn't go as high. But I can do it with like a blind stitch. I just need to have her put it on and mark where I need to close it to. But while I sew, not all sewing is the same. I do not like hem and stuff, so I've got no idea how to like hem the bottom of her dress. I can adjust straps that are a little too long, things like that, but nothing crazy. So she will just have to pick it up when she walks. Because unfortunately for her, she is short. She's taller than me, but still short. One lower. this way. So it's kind of like a pillar, an end, but we need to make 2 of them. But she just kept telling me it's in February every time I asked. I was like, because like we need to go dress shopping. When is it? And she's like, in February. I was like, okay. And that's all she would say. So like I said, we finally went weekend before last, and then I was like, okay, now I need to, we need to go get it altered. When is the thing so I can tell the lady on the phone? And she's like, oh, it's February 1st. And I was like, that would have been valuable information when you told me when it was. We would have gone to the store much sooner to leave time. Now there's not really time for that. And that without paying like a rush fee. So I was like, I guess that's kind of my fault. I should have asked you when in February. Okay, 2 of these. Place there. And here. Yeah. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Housewife, if you're still here, how goes the settling in? Did you find a new place? I know you homeschool, so you don't have to so much worry about like adjusting to school, but all the unpacking. I don't mind the packing, it's the unpacking, because then you need to find a new place for everything. I'm a great packer. Yeah. I am an excellent packer. It's the unpacking where you need to find a new home for everything where I'm like, can somebody else do this? Look at me not paying attention. I'm totally out of frame. The one I'm currently reading doesn't come out till next week, but it's called Hero's Heart by Janie Crouch. It's the 4th book in a spin-off series of another series called Linear Tactical, and this one's basically Linear Tactical 2.0. It's like the next generation. They were all military in some way in their first job, and then when they got out of the military, the original guys started a thing called Linear Tactical in like Wyoming or Montana or somewhere, where they basically teach like survival skills, situational awareness, like how to survive in the woods, stuff like that. And occasionally they have to go on rescue missions. This is like the 4th book in the 2nd series, and that's, they all kind of run along that same vein. Before that, this one I read a mafia one called like Tainted Scars, I think. Basically this guy is a mafia guy, right? Like he's the head of the mafia. He gets there was an assassination attempt essentially on him, and it was a bomb in his car, and he wound up getting like shrapnel in his knee. It exploded before he was in the vehicle, so he only got like hit with shrapnel basically, and it messed up his knee, so he's in a wheelchair. And there's this whole concept of, because he's not married, there's no heir in the process of being made, that he either needs to get better faster or needs to get a wife. And their real estate guy borrowed $3 million to invest in this scheme that turned out to be a Ponzi scheme, and he definitely does not have $3 million to pay them back. So they say, you can forget about the $3 million you owe us if you have your daughter agree to marry the Pekin, because it's a Russian mafia. Like, who borrowed? He's like, how was I supposed to know it was a Ponzi scheme? She's like, you stole $3 million from them, Dad. And he's like, I didn't steal it, I borrowed it. Borrowed means you paid back or you asked. You stole $3 million you can't pay back. Like, he wanted to brush it off as if, oh, I just borrowed it. It's $3 million you didn't ask for, so you definitely stole it. From the mafia. Like, talk about bad choices. So she winds up marrying him, and it's supposed to be like a fake marriage, you know? Like, he's like, you know, you will have to be basically my arm candy, whatever, out in public. You'll live with me, but we don't have to do anything. Except that as soon as he sees her, she's his. Like, whether she knows it or not. And then she winds up falling in love with him too. So, happily ever after. Of course, there are bumps in the road. Like, she was, while she was in college, she was assaulted by a guy. And they're out at one of his clubs, and the guy is there. And so he can feel her, like, tense up and get, like, really nervous next to him. And he figures it out. He's like, I'm going to have him killed. And she's like, no, I don't want his death on my conscience. I don't want you to kill him. I want you to leave him alone. So he just has his guys throw him out and then take him to the wet room. And she wakes up in the middle of the night, and he's not there, and he's not anywhere in the house. So she goes down in the basement where she's never gone before, and sees him murdering the guy very slowly and very painfully, freaks out and leaves. And then he goes off the rails and starts a war with the Italians because he's upset. It's just a little hiccup. He just starts a war with the Italians, and, you know, people are dying. It's just a little bump. So of course, when she comes back, because he's shot, he's like, why do you care? And she's like, because I still love you. It's just a little war. It's just a skirmish. Just a little skirmish. You know, she's like, I'll come back if you stop this war. So of course he stops the war, and there's like 10 more books in this series. You know, how do you fix a war with the Italians? Well, one of yours marries one of theirs, and now you're combined, and nobody can kill anybody because you're all family. So the second book is, of course, one of theirs has to marry one of the Italians, and it turns out he's had a crush on her for forever, and she's a ballerina. She does not want to be forced to give up her career to marry this mafia guy. And then I read the Maisie Freeman murder mystery series. I read all 3 books. 2 of them are out. 1 has not come out yet. The premise for that trilogy is that she is a little bit psychic. I say a little bit because it only happens when she puts on articles of clothing where people have died in them. And it's not like every single article of clothing, but like the person dies and it's like an unsolved crime, or like unsolved, or like a setup. So in the first book, she buys this jacket from a thrift shop, and she puts it on and she blacks out. It's the first time it's ever happened to her, where she sees the girl being murdered while she's wearing the jacket. And then she goes on. Her husband is a deputy police, you know, a deputy officer of the law, and a sheriff's deputy. And so he helps her figure out the crime, and they wind up finding the person who killed the girl and solving the case. And the second one's kind of the same concept. She knows about it, so she doesn't like she tries not to do things, but she winds up getting a pair of boots from a friend, and when she puts them on, somebody's being murdered in them. So then she solves that crime. It's kind of the basis of the series, and of course, the third one, she is actively trying not to do it, but if fate wants you to solve the murder, you're going to solve the murder. And then I read kind of like a cleaner series, like spice level wise. I mean, the Maisie Freed room was kind of clean too, but where it's called, I think the first one is called like Unexpected Gifts. Yeah, like she can go out of her way to not do it, but if fate wants you to solve this crime, it's gonna find a way for you to have to solve it, I can't talk about the third one too much because, like I said, it hasn't come out yet. And when you read arcs, you sign a thing to not like talk about them before they've come out beyond like your review. But yeah, like she's actively saying, I'm not going to like buy or wear or accept gifts that are secondhand things, but fate has a way of making you do what it wants. Okay, let me do this battle. But the other series I read is by Elena. I think you pronounce her name like Aiken. It's like Aitken or something like that. I'm not sure how to say the last name. But the first one is called Unexpected Gifts. And so it's like a holiday romance type deal. The girl is really not like wanting to celebrate Christmas because she's gone through a lot. Like in the last year, she lost a child, and then the guy who was her fiance basically said he didn't want to marry her anymore because she lost the child, like because she couldn't provide what he needed to like help him in life and help him, because his career, you have to present a certain front, you have to be married, you have to have kids. Well, if she can't provide him kids, what good is she? So she loses her baby and then the man she loved, and now it's Christmas time, and her mom is off with her wife, and her dad, who she was supposed to spend the holidays with, his new wife said she didn't want her there, that they should go somewhere away with their twin sons for the holiday. And so now she's gonna have to spend the holiday by herself, and she's an event planner and she has a partner in the business, and they got this offer from a hotel like lodge thing, like come enjoy our lodge on the house, and then hopefully they'll want to tell their clients that, hey, have events here, kind of a deal. And so when she gets there, they're like, well, you didn't respond, so we figured you weren't coming, so the room no longer exists. And there's like a blizzard outside, and she can't drive back down the mountain, type of a deal. And then this guy she met through her ex, and her ex really only, like, they were on a vacation together, and he said, hey, my friend lives here, let's go have dinner with him. And the only reason he did that was kind of like to shove in the guy's face, like, look how well I'm doing compared to you, kind of a deal. And so she only like just barely knows him. And he's like, well, my assistant, when she booked basically like a huge suite. It's multiple rooms, has like basically its own kitchen, whole 9 yards at the place. And he's like, so you can stay in the extra room if you want. We don't even have to spend any time together. You can completely do your own thing. That's, I just hate for you to be stuck here, especially since the only accommodations they could offer her were like the couch in the employee lounge, till it stopped snowing and the roads were cleared. And so she agrees, and he decides he's going to show her what Christmas could really be like and like sweep her off her feet. And then the second book takes place there. It's one of the guys who does like the hiking tours, but he's just found out that he has a daughter he didn't even know about. And the mom got sick and died, and that's the only reason he knows he has a daughter. Where is the Templar? Oh no, I don't want to do that. They got these weird frogs. Do that. So now he's got this daughter and a job that doesn't really allow for him to have a child because he doesn't have a significant other or someone to take care of said child. So what is he gonna do? So there's a girl who gets hired on. She gets the girl from the first book recommends her to the lodge as a employee. Like she can be like an on-site event planner. Only the lodge learns that she has a degree in child psychology and whatnot, and early education, and they give the event planner job to somebody else because they assume she'll jump at the chance to do a job that's more fitted to her career, like what she's gone to school for. Only the whole reason she took the job at the lodge was because she didn't want to do her job anymore, because she's recently found out that she most likely won't be able to have children of her own, and that's always been her dream. So she doesn't want anything to do with kids right now. And they've just given away the other job. So either she takes this new job working in their child care center, or she goes back to the city. And of course, this little girl latches on to her because she understands and knows how to like talk to her. And now he's like, please don't leave. This little girl I didn't even know I had is like in love with you, and you're helping her come out of her shell, and I don't know how to do this, kind of a deal. So, and then there's like a quickie couple chapter novella type book after that, where the characters from the first book come back into play as like a little vacation. And then the third book is characters from the first book getting married. I read a lot. It is the 28th day of the month, and I think I've read like 27 books or something like that, according to Goodreads. Oh, and I read 10 really short, like 60 pages or less, taught by the hiking guide, taught by the mountain man, taught by the mechanic. Can you guess? They're just smutty mountain man books. I read a lot. I can usually read like if I sit down and I'm really into the book, I can read like a 400-page book in a day. Ooh, I love bookshelves. See, you never have too many books. You just don't have enough bookshelves. But yeah, Medusa, I read a lot, like a crazy lot. Like I said, 10 of them were like 60 pages or less, so altogether they were only like 600 pages, all 10 books. But yeah, if I'm really into a book, I can read like a 400-page book in a day if I just sit down and do it. But usually every day or every other day I start a new book. Usually, sometime during the summer, I slow down because I'm like taking the kids places and doing things with them because they don't have school. Um, but I usually read about 300 books a year. No, little window at the top. I used to read very often many years ago. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm almost done with the Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I've been enjoying it. It gives the Stardew Valley vibes. Ooh, that's cool. So like I said, I get ARCs, which means I sign up to read the book before it comes out, and I get them like from the author through a blog tour company. But there are a couple websites. Let me look at. So I've there's one called Book Sprout. So you can sign up with them, and authors will have books to read for free on there. You just have to promise to leave a review. And your review doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can literally be like 2 lines like, really spicy, I love these characters, and that could be the whole of your review. And then there's another one, but why can't I think of what it's called? But there's another website like that. I want library cards. I want to put one in the front of every book I own. I really, really want them, but I would need like 10 packs of them. But then also if you have, with your library card, as long as you're like have a library card through your local library, you can use things like Hoopla, and there's another one. Basically, you sign up for them with your library card, and then you can read ebooks on your tablet or whatever, but borrowing them through your local library. Nope, you're crooked. My fantasy reads a lot. Boy Wonder used to read a lot, but he's, entered the video game stage of life. So he doesn't read as much as he used to. These stickers don't say anything, but of course they're meant to look like they say something on them. Like little plates. Yeah, passes to state parks, all kinds of stuff through it. Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize how many things you can do through your local library, and so libraries are very underutilized, especially when it comes to like cost saving. Like, I am always looking for ways to do things and not spend a ton of money with the kids, because it gets expensive. But there's so many things you can do through the library that people don't think about. Welcome in, Hagar. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are working on the Orient Express today, but we're just gonna quick do a Stream Raiders battle. But yeah, I think libraries are one of the most underutilized things. Because people are like, oh, you just borrow books from there, but you can borrow books, ebooks, video games, movies. Yeah, I mean, just tons of things. There's even like, for kids, there's events at the library that they can take part in. Like our local library here, which is just like 5 minutes up the road from us, has teen escape rooms. So the lady in charge of like the teen room at the library makes these escape rooms where they have to find the clues in the like teen section in the library, because they have it like a little alcove separate room. Or they do crafts, or they're like, hey, everybody come play Mario Kart, and you get to play Mario Kart there at the library. They do so many things. And then like during the summer, they have the summer reading program, and so the kids can earn things like prizes and whatnot by reading or doing different events and things like that. Like every time we move, which I mean now that he's retired won't be very often. But while he was in the military, every time we moved, that was like one of the first things I did was like go get a library card for like the active, the library near us, as well as like the base library near us. When we lived in North Dakota, the library on base had like GoPros and sewing machines and a 3D printer you could borrow. Like the sewing machine you could take home, the GoPro you could check out for so long, and then they had a 3D printer at the library where you could send them the like small little print you wanted done, and they would print it out. Like you could then go there and they would load it up and you could print it out. So there's a little factoid on this page. It says each door features a brass markers plate as a sign of quality. So that's what these little stickers are supposed to be on the doors. A markers plate as like a look how fancy we are. Yeah, I mean, like the library has a lot of things. Did I skip a page or skip a step? I did because I thought I did it because it looked like exactly the same. But I think I really do. I can't say enough how much I think like libraries are underutilized. Like our local library here has genealogy classes where like they'll help you look up your family tree and stuff like that. Like if that's what you're into. They'll have like cooking classes, all kinds of stuff. Um, it also has games. This library doesn't let you check the games out, but we've been part of libraries before where they allowed you to check out the game and take it home. And then, like, you don't know if you're going to like the game or play it very often, so you can borrow it from the library. And listen, I don't let my kids buy video games anymore unless they borrowed it from the library. Like games for their Switch and stuff. I can't count how many times or how much money I've spent on a game for them to turn around 2 days later and be like, nah, I don't like it that much. That game was $60. You're going to play it. Like, I don't want to see you doing anything else. So from that, like, I probably started a couple years ago where I don't buy them a game unless they borrowed it from the library several times and I've seen them play it a bunch. Then I'll go buy it for you. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, yeah, games are so expensive. Even board games now are getting expensive. So, and we'll go to the library, see if they have it. They do. We'll stay there for a couple hours and try to figure out how to play it. See if you'll even like it. But yeah, we still live, even though we're retired, we still live fairly close to a military base. So they have passes, library cards to that library as well. So we kind of double dip on the summer reading programs. They do both the local one and the one on base. So they get like, more prizes. But either way, I mean, whatever I got to do to get them to read. So, not too far from us, where my mother in law lives, about half an hour from us, really like the next town over. Um, there is like a board game cafe there where you can go and they have a whole bunch of tabletop games you can play and try out. And they do like brunch on the weekends. I so want to go there one day for brunch on a Saturday and just have brunch and play a tabletop game. I love it. I think that is so great. I mean, we take the kids to play like Pokemon and stuff at like a game shop, but I love that idea. Building sips. That is fantastic. I love that idea. Let me finish this. I feel like I missed something, but I did not. It's just how it's done. Only to find out that I'm supposed to have done it twice. I've got to pay attention to the do it 2 times. Okay, let's quick do the battle. Well, I'm gonna give him haste because I don't know where the bad guys are. But yes, I love the idea of like, yeah, like I'm not single, obviously, but the idea, the concept of like a late night instead of a bar or a club, go to a library or like a bookstore and have like get to know people over books and coffee or books and drinks. I will read just about anything. I don't read anything too heavy with religion in it because I don't care how scared of you are of a fire, you can't pray that away. So religious books like or books with like heavy on the religious believability, like Christian romance, that's not my deal. But I don't that doesn't mean that people who read it are like, oh my god, I can't believe you read that. No, like everybody's free to read what they want. It's just not for me. Um I read a lot of he kidnapped her, but only so the other people couldn't kidnap her. You know. He was stalking her first, but that's not the point. Um and I know that's not a lot of people's jam. But I think everybody should just read whatever they want. But the concept that like you could really get to know a person based on like what they read by meeting them at a bookstore, I can get behind that. Date nights at the bookstore. I saw a meme thing the other day that was like, hey guys, let's try making it a thing where instead of going, I'll buy you a drink, you say, I'll buy you your favorite book. Like, let's go to the bookstore and I'll buy you some books. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. That sounds great to me. Let's get behind that instead of buying people drinks. Fluffy Brick Studio, welcome in! 2 raids in one day. I barely get 1 raid most days. Welcome in! Welcome in, Scotty. How are you doing? Welcome in, Mr. Harrell. We're working on the Orient Express. Crazy said he came into Mayan and went to like claim third or second or whatever, and it took him to Scotty's. He said for some reason Twitch took him then to Scotty's, and he's like, how did I get here? Twitch being twitchy. No, you're fine. He was like, I have no idea how I wound up in Scotty's, and I was like, I don't either. Oop, more stickers. I don't see a little factoid thingy about these stickers, so. I mean, it wasn't you. It was Twitch being twitchy. And I was like, is Scotty on? I didn't even know. You're Canadian. You can't help it. At least I think you're Canadian. Please tell me I didn't get it mixed up with somebody else. Mr. Harrell with his dad jokes. Okay, that was 6, right? Yes. Mr. Harrell loves to come in with the dad jokes. I think you can ask Siri about a dad joke. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure, but oh, my brain then goes, is he though? Is he Canadian? Kevin is a Canadian too. Kevin is a fellow northerner. Let's see. Let's look at the size of, well, bag 6 is kind of small. Yeah, I think I've only asked Siri like 1 or 2, but they are pretty bad. I want to say Kevin is in Saskatchewan, but I could just be wrong. Maybe he just talks about Saskatchewan a lot. I'm right? Okay, I was like, maybe I'm just confused because we talked about Saskatchewan and my brain just remembered that, and he's not. Because that happens a lot too. Canadian. Meet another Canadian. It says, next stop, Munich. Onboard service features waiter service and a restaurant carriage. Ooh, we're going to build like a waiter. Torso, legs, head, hair, his little glass, and this, and then this. Yes, that's right. Let's quick do our battle, and we're gonna start ads in 1 minute. They run for 3 minutes, and then we're back. They do support the platform and the channel, and I know they're annoying. If you have Turbo, of course you won't get ads, because that's the whole point of Turbo. And if you subscribe, you will also not get ads. That is not a ploy, it is just how it is. But yes, about 30 seconds we'll have ads. Every Canuck and cranny. The Canadians are so polite. So, I My husband watches this one guy. He watches his reels, and they talk about like war crimes, not just war crimes, but they'll talk about like the guy pretends he's different kind of jet planes, and he talks like the different countries, and there it somehow came about that Canada is responsible for a lot of the things in the Geneva Convention because it's only a war crime the second time. Because it got brought up like that Alaska or Canada is there to protect the US from Russia or something like that. And it was like, no, Canada or Alaska's there to protect uh Russia from Canada. Basically, that I guess during World War II, like America bombed like the factories and stuff. Yeah, the Geneva Suggestions. Yeah, it's a checklist. It's a checklist. The Geneva checklist. But I guess America bombed a lot of the factories, so then they moved making their weapons into like other areas, into like houses. So the houses got bombed, and then they moved it um into like the little camps for people, the refugee type camps. And so Canada bombed those, and now that's a no according to the Geneva checklist. So apparently Canada is not always nice. They can be pushed too far. Okay, we're supposed to put her hand up, and then she's carrying her little server tray. And then on this side, it's supposed to be like the towel draped over her arm. So Kevin, on Amazon Prime, there's some show about like maple syrup that I guess is supposed to be loosely based on a real story. Something about how you guys have like a maple syrup stockpile essentially, and there was a heist where they stole a bunch of it. But in the beginning of the show, they're like, this most definitely is not based on a true story, which, of course means it totally is. But I'll have to look up the name of the show. I watched it. It was pretty funny. And I was like, so I don't know if they're being like weird by saying this is not based, you know what I mean? Try to imply that it probably was based on a true story, or if it honestly wasn't and they were just saying it in a funny way. This step has tons of pieces. Okay. Yeah, it's some woman, like, they have trees tapped for maple syrup, but on like the contract or something, only her husband's name was there, not like the family name. And he gets really sick and he can't do it, so his wife is doing it in his place. And this person comes out to like inspect their area, like the trees and whatnot, and tells the woman that she has to stop because her name isn't on the contract or whatever. And so if she doesn't stop selling her maple syrup, then she could get in big trouble. And basically, like, that's how they earn their living, is through that. And so she's like, I can't just stop. How do you expect me to pay the bills? And they're like, it doesn't matter, ma'am. Like, we don't care. But yeah, it's a show all about maple syrup and this like maple syrup heist. But yeah, Kevin, I'll look it up and send it to you in Discord. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was called. We're apparently making little tables. Welcome back from ads. Oh, this one. Then this. So we made our two little tables. This, I'm never sure if I should have the light on or off. There we go. That's a little better. And now we want to put it... So this must be the food car. The dining car. Let's do our... So we have an SUV from Enterprise reserved. Enterprise will call us to arrange pickup. Then we'll just need to schedule the repair. State Farm is taking full responsibility for the collision. Yes! They fixed my car. I was really worried that we were going to wind up having to pay out of pockets and be SOL. Yeah, because that guy was crazy. Yay, we won! Yeah, like I said, we got it appraised through like our insurance company. They sent us to a place because they'll get like it assessed for free. Like we won't have to pay for the assessment, even if like the other insurance ones are paying whatever. And it was like $4,000 in damage. Now, like I said, it's really just right in front of the tire and like the grill and that front passenger side headlight. But he really did a number. You too, Mr. Hurrah. I hope you have a great day. I'm probably not going to be on too terribly much longer. I'll finish this bag and then I'll be done for today because Tuesdays are my short stream day because I has to go get the... Oh, so you... Fantastic. So they've already assessed... Fantastic. Maybe we can get that set up for tomorrow. Yes, thank you. I really have been driving my car very sparingly because I don't want to, one, make it worse, and two, get in trouble for driving around with a car that doesn't have one headlight. So we've made chairs. So the concept for parts of this is very similar to the Hogwarts train, the big collector's edition one. Which is, kind of nice. Okay, have fun with your plan. No. Yes. Oh, yes, but they put the chair on the opposite way, so that way the pretty side would be to the outside. And then I forget what I'm doing. This. There we go. I'll send you a couple of photos in Crazy's Discord. Satisfactory photos. I did wind up making like a highlight of that section so that anybody who wanted to could see how satisfactory looks like when you beat the game, because I technically beat it. So I did make a highlight reel of that. I did it, I showed everybody on stream, and then I made like a highlight reel so that way I could keep it, because it was too long for a clip. And then I shared that highlight to my YouTube as well. It ends pretty cool. And at the end, my conveyor belts just like conveyor belt spaghetti. 12:30 tomorrow to pick up your rental. Okay. It didn't look as bad as Carrot's conveyor belt spaghetti, but it was definitely conveyor belt spaghetti. But at the end, I didn't care. I was like, I just want to finish. Okay, we want to turn. And this is like our bar area, I'm going to guess. Almost like a bar. So we clip that on. And then we make like a little lampshade table thing. Hope that's in the right place. Okay, then it says this. Okay, so we're gonna have like a mirror sticker. Yeah, same on top and bottom, just to make sure there isn't like a up or down. That's horrible. I need to find my tweezers. They're much better for this. There we go. Okay. So we have our little like mirror sticker, which is gonna go like sideways. Which I appreciate, but also am unsure how that's... Oh, there is a little peg. Just one. So it went right there. There's just like one little peg that holds that piece in there like that. Crazy has a problem. He retired from the military and explicitly told his new job he did not want to be a boss. And about 2 months after he started, they were asking him, maybe you want to take on just a smidgen more responsibility for us, which he said no to. Then they offered him what was kind of like a sideways promotion, and he said no because he'd have to travel a bunch. And then they asked, well, do you want to do this instead? And now it's a boss just in case. Just in drastic situations could you be a boss. Just a little boss, maybe, just in case, please. He really does not want to be the boss, and they really want him to be a boss. So now it's if there's any class that even remotely interests you, let us know and we'll send you. And I keep saying, yeah, because one day they're going to come to you and go, remember all those classes we sent you to? Now it's time to pay us back. Do this. Oh, this was supposed to be like a decanter, like you know, whiskey or bourbon. They see, this is why I keep going back and forth about this. Like, you stacked several bricks on top of each other and it made like a decanter. And I'm gonna switch it back. I know it has it the other way, but this way you guys can see what I'm putting where. And then we're gonna make a little table. Scotty, do you do VODs, or do you just not do VODs and that's why you don't have to worry about like copyright stuff? Or do you have like a double track that way you can still record your VOD but then it doesn't record that other part? Ooh, we have a little lime and a cup. Okay. That was it for this step. It has quite a few leftover pieces, but they're all those little pieces that are commonly, you know, extras. No, like, crazy extras. But my extra parts cup is like 2 seconds from overflowing. I need to sort it. Okay, let's do our last battle. And then I gotta find somebody to raid into. So if anybody has any suggestions of people to raid into, I am open. Thank you for the follow, Rooster. Sorry, I need to get my alert box going on this. It says it's there, but I never see the alerts, so I don't know what's going on with it. It could also be that I have this up over that, so that's what it is. Let's go out. I didn't get any quests completed, but I did a bunch of weeks. Up the right thing. Let's see. GH is on. Lady Together. The Yellow Witch is on. Let's see how long she's on. About 2 hours. I don't know how much longer she'll be on. Neo's been on just a smidgen shorter, so we'll raid into them. Thank you for playing, Rooster. I think, pull up my thing so I can. Abduction and Rooster for the new follow. Abduction also subbed today, so thank you. And then Fluffy's Brick Studio and Millennium Makuna for the raids. Let's get our raid set up. Thank you, Underground. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope that your getting settled goes well. I know the finding a new home for everything you own can be a total pain in the ass. And nothing quite fits right or the same as it did in your last house. You're like, it was perfect, and this house is just a smidgen off. You're like, just a smidgen. But yes, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day, and if I don't see you on Thursday, rest of the week. But we will be back Thursday building more of this. Sunday's always video games, but if we need to, then we'll carry this into next week. But yes, I hope everyone has a fantastic day and that everything goes smoothly. Work is not too hard or your co-workers are not annoying. I work in my house, so my co-workers never leave either. I should copy my raid thing.